Do another episode of Watch This. This episode is about different watch terms. But first, let me do a quick wristwatch check. An Armatron. Very thin Armatron. Very light too. So, go ahead and go over the watches that I have here. I've got the Invicta Professional Speedway. The Armatron. This is just an Armatron. Got a Citizen. And then my Swiss Army. There we go. So, starting on the basic watch terms, we'll start with the crown. So the crown is this right here. Some watch crowns just pop right out. Others you have to unscrew. So that's the crown. In some watches this one doesn't have it, but on some watches, like this one, they have crown guards or crown shoulders to protect the crown. So after the crown, we'll move on to a bezel. So some watches have bezels that don't move, like this. So we have this non-movable bezel there, which is really durable. Some have stainless steel bezels, like this. This one is a bidirectional bezel, which means it moves in both directions. And some watches, mostly dive watches, like this Invicta, have a unidirectional bezel that moves one way. So, after the bezel, we could go on to what they call the dial. Some people say face, but it's actually called the dial, which is actual inside that has the markers on it and the logo, the print. It's called the dial. Then we have subdials. These are called subdials. On here, subdials. And then if we do move on to some other parts about the case, we've got lugs. These are the lugs right here. Stick out. These are the lugs. And then this part, the clear part, the glass part. It's not glass. It's acrylic or plastic or some kind of something. That's called the crystal. Some crystals have cyclopses on them, which is pretty much just that little magnifier over the date. So some of them have it. So on some watches you'll see you've got straps, like NATO straps, like what's on this. Some watches have the middle straps, which are called bracelets. It's not a bracelet. I don't know why they call it that, but it's called a bracelet. And it's got the clasp. Whether the clasp is a fold over clasp, or like this one, a push button clasp. And then on some watches, they have solid links, which means the links are full stainless steel. And on others, the links are just bent over pieces of metal. It makes the watch a lot lighter. And then a lot of watches, they have end links. So you can see here, these are called end links. What pretty much makes the bracelet look like it flows right into the case. And these are hollow end links, and they make solid end links. And some watches, like this Armatron, don't have links at all. The bracelet is just made to go right into the case. And the back is called the case back. So the case back is there. Whether that case back is a screw down case back or whether it just pops right up. And then some watches like this, the part of the watch that glows, it's called the lume. And then any other thing added to the watch, like the date, okay, I guess there we go, like the date of the GMT hand, or the subdials, the chronograph, or the just the subdials. Those are complications. And then here, if you'll look, this one has pushers to help start the chronograph. So if I just unscrew them here, they are screwed down to really ensure water resistance. So if I just unscrew them here, if you'll watch, if you see this little subdial here, it'll start to tick. And that's the second hand on the chronograph. A chronograph is pretty much just an advanced timer. And so, some of these are chronographs, some of them are stopwatches, many different things that subdials can do. Just because these have subdials on it does not mean it's a chronograph. Not at all. So my next video is going to be about the difference between quartz and automatic movements and which one's better. Okay.